Welcome back to Story Love, where we read stories written by kids and we talk about them. And today, Peter and I would like to welcome a very special guest, story pirate, host, extraordinaire, rapper, singer, composer, actor, personality around town, Nimene Wureh.
Hello. Thank you for that lovely intro. I'm Nimene. Nice to see you guys. Very excited to get into these stories.
All right, let's read the first one. I will read this one. It's a photo of the handwritten story, and it is by a 6-year-old named Lucas in Michigan called The Army That Couldn't Army. Once upon a time, long ago, in the age of knights and kings, there was an army, but this was no regular army. Instead of fighting, they danced. Breakdancing. One day, an evil knight came to the kingdom with a cannon and was trying to shoot the castle. The king demanded that his army protect the castle. The army had a dance-off with the evil knight. They were spinning on their heads and lifting themselves up in the air with their left hands. The evil knight was defeated in the dance-off and was forced to retreat. The kingdom was safe once again.
Wow.
The end.
Wow.
Such a good story. Nimene, any thoughts out of the gate?
Well, out of the gate, I'm like, the army that couldn't army. It sounded like they armied pretty well to me. They got rid of the foes.
That's right.
Yes. Also, as someone who's kind of getting into calisthenics a little bit, spinning on your head and lifting yourself up with one arm, crazy advanced.
Especially your left arm.
Are we
if
all
you're
right-handed here?
I'm right-handed.
I'm a lefty.
You're a lefty.
I'm a lefty.
So you'd fit right into this army.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I think it's implied that the people dancing are right-handed because they're saying it's so impressive that they lifted themselves with their left hands. Although I guess maybe the author, the narrator, whoever's speaking here, telling the story, doesn't necessarily know the dominant hands of those folks, but who knows?
Who knows? I will say the thing that got me at the beginning of this story when they said there was no regular army, it was an army, they just did breakdancing. And then the other knight showed up with a cannon. In my mind, I was like, these dancing knights are in trouble.
Right.
But they're so charismatic and cool that the guys with cannons are like, well, we can't just shoot our cannons. We must engage in dancing.
You set the terms of battle to your advantage.
Yeah.
If you're walking in and you're better at breakdancing than shooting cannons, then you establish a breakdancing for your battle. You're not gonna just shoot stuff. I love an earnest dance battle. Like, it's actually I feel like it's kind of rare to see an earnest dance battle these days.
Yeah.
Like, mostly they're like tongue-in-cheek joke. But once upon a time when that convention was introduced, right? Like, they weren't like, this is a funny reference to how people used to think about dance battles. Dance battles were real.
You mean back in medieval times when breakdancing dance battles were invented?
Yeah, when the first Step Up movie came
so
out.
around the time when you guys were maybe teenagers then is when
Yeah. I was a tween.
Have you guys ever been in a dance battle? You have?
Oh, yeah.
Like a real one?
Well, I don't know if we can say real, but at a club. The music's good, and then you point somebody out, and then you just start.
Whoa. And you feel competitive, not like building each other up?
I feel like building each other up because I'm not like a dancer, so I'm not trying to be like I'm a win, but
I've seen you post videos on Instagram that make you seem like a dancer.
Yeah.
Like, compared to us, you're the danceriest dancer
Well.
that's ever lived. But I've done that, but I've never been good enough where I can be earnest about it at all. Whereas I feel like you're doing it and you're enjoying it and really dancing. But it's me at a wedding being like, oh, this better be funny.
Do you have, Peter, like, if I was like, there's a dance battle, we need you, like, do you have a go-to move? Like, in your head, what would you decide to do to try to keep up with the competition?
It is almost, this is what I do in Story Pirate stories. It's always a funny move because I can't like impress people technically. So it's usually a horse leap.
Ooh.
It's something unexpectedly graceful.
Yeah.
Because I'm like bulky.
A little
and-
ballet.
Yeah, and then I'll do a spin and land.
I see those moves and I'm like, I've seen those a million times.
Yeah, you know the one. It's this one. It's the.
Yeah.
And then.
You must have gotten a great laugh at that once upon a time.
Oh, I've in many Story Pirate live shows.
People love it.
It's from my days of being a hockey player. I was a very good skater. And so I can be, I legitimately, I was a figure skater first when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
And I played hockey. And so I can go from into a little bit graceful and it's funny.
Nimene, what about you? Do you have like a go-to move? I assume they're less ironic and more like what's the Nimene version of using your left hand to stand to do a handstand?
Well, the Nimene version, the way I get all eyes on me, I literally walk across the room and people move out of my way. But you gotta walk with like some with energy, and then people are like, "What is she doing?" So, and then I
saw it just with your hand when you
Wow.
went this. I was like, you just parted a crowd.
Yes,
Wow.
literally.
I love that. Well, that story is amazing. Lucas, great work, my friend. Let's go to our next one. Nimene, this one I would love for you to read.
Okay.
It's by a 10-year-old named Holland and an 8-year-old named Brightly. Great name. They live in Utah, and their story is called Adventures of Evil Pancake Pants and the Question Mark Agency.
Ooh, okay. It was a dark night. Evil Pancake Pants was jumping around in his pink-hearted underpants. Dun, dun, dun! Then Evil Pancake Pants yells out, "World domination is today!" Then he mysteriously does a backflip. Meanwhile, Sir Question Mark, the Great, and Greg, the dog bunny, are making a plan to stop Evil Pancake Pants. Tomorrow, they will use their plan. The next day, Greg and Question Mark the Great get in a super high-speed hot dog Lamborghini and start riding in the car. Greg sticks his tongue out the window. Then Question Mark the Great says, "Great, how you doing back there?" "Woof, woof," he responds. Meanwhile, at Evil Pancake Pants' base, he is doing a workout. Then all of a sudden, Question Mark the Great pulls up to his base. Then Evil Pancake Pants gets to his hamburger race car. Then they have a super fast car chase. Then Evil Pancake Pants says, "Yeah!" During the car chase, they pass the bakery and a woman is holding bread. When they pass her, she gets twirled around and loses her bread. Then she screams, "I just wanted my bread!" Eventually, they get to a dead end and Evil Pancake Pants goes to jail. Then he says, "The end."
Incredible.
Wow.
So many twists and turns.
The centerpiece of that story to me is the car chase, though.
Yeah.
And the detail about the woman who is holding the bread.
I just wanted my bread.
I just like, always the best part of a car chase are the sort of like innocents that are stumbled upon, like the two workers carrying the glass pane,
Yeah.
right, that the car crashes through.
I always, I forget what movie it is, but you know, there's always like a stroller.
Oh, yeah.
But like, there's one movie.
Baby in danger.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there's one movie where it hits the stroller, but it ends up being a stroller full of cans.
Okay.
Maybe the movie Speed.
You know, sort of like the dance battle, I crave the like earnest version of this kind of car chase.
Yeah.
Not the ironic, oh, there were cans in the thing, or like, you know, like the silly reference to the reference to the reference. Like, what was the original crashing through the plane of glass? Maybe viewers or listeners can help us find that.
Yeah.
If there are any movie buffs out there. But like, I crave that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. It's giving like Charlie Chaplin
Yes.
kind of, yeah.
Yes, totally.
But something
Buster
that
Keaton.
stood out to me, the hot dog, super high-speed hot dog Lamborghini? What? Where did I
Yeah.
get one of those?
Yeah, that's good.
You think it's shaped like a hot dog, like the Wienermobile?
That's what I was wondering. But
Definitely.
I'm like, where's the acceleration and
Well, it's like a Richard Scarry hot dog car. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Richard Scarry.
Busy
Familiar?
town.
no.
You know the worm.
You know, Lowly Worm. This is all that ever happens when we talk with Nimene is like Peter and I just referencing things that happened 30, 50 years
you know
before
that
she
thing
was
that
born.
happened in 1988?
Everyone knows about 1988.
Michael Keaton Batman? That's all we can think of for the 80s.
Yeah. Don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it sometime.
Okay.
I want to
Anyway.
say one of my favorite detail of this whole story is then he mysteriously does a backflip.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, to me, that sounds like we're setting up a dance off.
Right. Oh, what a theme.
Right?
It never comes back. And I like to pick the mysteriously. What could that mean? I picture him going, world domination is today. Then long pause and then just
Yeah.
Well, you
like
know
a
how,
little one.
You know how like people who can do backflips, that's like their thing?
Yeah. I just realized something. Maybe this is obvious. There's a pancake. You flip pancakes.
Oh.
So maybe it is World Domination Day, and then a hand comes in with a spatula
Wow.
and just flips and goes, oh, where did that hand come from? It's a
Right.
mystery.
Where is
Oh,
the
that's
face
good.
on a pancake, though? Are you flipping onto your
There's
face?
a drawing.
Oh.
See that? He's
Oh.
got a
Oh,
heart-shaped
wow.
underpants and like a
So he has legs.
like a robber
Yeah.
mask.
He's not flipping like a pancake would on the griddle. He has legs and arms.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Good catch.
Yeah. Great
Wow.
catch, Peter.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get to our final story. Peter, would you
Yes.
do us the honors?
I would love to. Our final story comes to us today from an 11-year-old from Virginia named Calvin. And Calvin's story is called Stories. So I'm sorry. I messed it up already.
You were so excited.
I was so excited.
I was so excited.
Calvin's story is called Story Backwards the.
Mm.
Story backwards the. Note. A period or comma indicates the end of a backwards phrase. It'll all be clear in a moment. Ready for this? Time upon once. Short for Jeff or Jeffrey was name whose kid A was there. Breakfast for time. Upstairs called Mom his. Heck the what? Said he. Bed he jumped out of, dressed, get to. Breakfast, get to downstairs, walked he. Sneakers his beneath stairs, the on wood, the went squeak.
Mm.
Pancakes best the make you mom, said Jeff. Okay you are? Mom his asked. Oh, Mom his asked. No, oh. Day backwards, was it forgot I? Great, oh, Jeff said. It of best the make well as might. Note to the story pirates. This is taking a while to type. So can you guys make the school parts and I'll just skip to the end? School after. Dessert delicious. And dinner had he. Games, video, some playing, and schoolwork his finishing after. Went he bed. Day backwards, another be won't tomorrow least at, said he. The next day, he found himself on the ceiling. Oh no!
Duh.
End the...
Yay. Oh, that
Wow.
was so fun.
So
I
good.
Really, it's giving Shakespeare. Honestly, I was like, which play are we in right now?
I know exactly what you mean. Like the words, when I heard them out loud, I wasn't expecting them to make as much sense as they did.
Exactly.
Because when you look at the page, it's like kind of confusing, but hearing it worked.
Yeah, I love it.
It's very Yoda, where it just he just rearranges the order of the words and
Right.
it sounds Shakespearean and important.
Mm.
And this has the same vibe.
And there is the last sentence he does forward.
Yeah.
Because the new day, he's now on the ceiling. So he's
Oh.
no longer backwards, he's upside down.
Oh, wow.
I did think I caught that flip as well. I thought that was genius.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And also, I do wonder how long it took to do this. Like, did they literally just type it backwards or did they type it forwards and then switch it?
Right. Like, yeah, I would assume that they wrote it forwards first, but maybe
Yeah.
not.
You know, that's some different kind of brain power.
All right. Everyone think of a really short sentence right now in your head. And then when I say go, say it backwards. Take 5 seconds. Okay. I'll go first.
What's going on?
Now, right, hungry, very am I.
Mm. Train.
Go ahead.
What are we translating?
Ahead, go.
Oh, train today. Wait, I messed up already. Okay, today, train, the took I.
Ooh, okay. Great.
Here, Nimene, have 2 wonderful its.
Aww. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, yes.
Good, very.
You know, I thought it was very generous
Yeah.
of Calvin to allow this to carve out a spot where the storyboards could make stuff up.
Right.
You know, because we are sometimes, dare I say, often adding or embellishing a story so that we can adapt for the podcast because we're jerks. And no, but we see this as a collaboration with the authors. We're sometimes taking a moment, a beat, something that's implied, we're building it out. So I think it's fun that Calvin's like inviting us to participate here in such a specific way.
Yeah, I think a lot of stories, kids will create a really, really cool premise that makes me go like, oh, wow, everyone speaks backwards. I wonder how that affects these other things that aren't in the story. And so sometimes we get to just take a little detour to explore what the rest of the world might be like with these rules they've given us. And this is a perfect one where, great, he's invited us to say, how is backwards school going to go?
Yeah.
Here's where you need to end.
And sometimes the detour is a little bit long, and afterwards the authors are like, what was that?
Right.
But, you know, that's life, that's creativity, that's collaboration.
That's right.
There you go.
Right? Really amazing story,
Yeah, I love that
Calvin.
one.
I love that one.
That was great. It's also like, as you were reading it, I was kind of like, oh, this is probably how I sound when I'm trying to speak another language.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's something we don't think about, like, you know, as English speakers, is that we know exactly the correct order of words to communicate our you know, did you know there's a very specific order in which certain kinds of adjectives need to go for us to understand things? To be like, the old red house, we know to go old red. If you said the red old house, it has a different meaning. And when you learn English, that's a really hard thing to learn.
Huh.
So for other languages, I'm sure we would put the words in weird orders because we don't know any better.
You know, Peter, if I may, can I give you some notes on your read of this original story?
Please.
I felt like you weren't reading the sentences as if they were naturally constructed that way, but you were rather like saying like word, 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 word. Can you read the story, or at least a couple lines, as if they're constructed that way with the flow of normal speech through them, despite the fact that the words are backwards?
Yes, I'm going to try because I was very aware of how it messed with my brain.
Yeah.
And so I got clunky. But
Wait,
here we go.
can I play the mom?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
please.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Ready? Time upon once, short for Jeff or Jeffrey, was name whose kid A was there.
Breakfast for time.
Upstairs called Mom his. Heck the what? Said he. Betty jumped out of dressed to get to. Breakfast get downstairs walked he. Sneakers his beneath stairs the on wood and went squeak. Pancakes best the make you, Mom, said Jeff.
Okay, you are?
Mom his asked. No, oh! Day backwards was it, forgot I. Great, oh, Jeff said. It of best the make well as might. Note that we should write the rest. School after. Dessert delicious and a dinner he. Games, video, some playing, and homework his finishing after went he bed. Day backwards another be won't tomorrow least at, said he. The next day he found himself in the ceiling. Oh no!
Yes.
So much better.
It was.
Because it makes sense. You can hear, I mean, that's the amazing thing about our brains, right?
Yeah.
Is like we can hear something backwards and we can understand it.
Have you ever seen those where they'll write a paragraph of something, and for each word, they'll make sure the first and last letter are the correct, and then they scramble all the letters in it, and you can read
Your brain
it no
figures
problem.
it out. Yeah. Wow, amazing. Nimene,
Yeah.
thanks for being here today.
Well, of course. Thank
It
you for
was
having me.
lovely to have you. And everyone who wrote stories, thank you so much for sending them in. Calvin, that last one was amazing. All of them were amazing today. To read all of today's Story Love stories yourself, just head to storypirates.com.